Wow, it's incredible. If you look at it closer, it seems like a miniature crystal world over here. Oh, hi. I hope you're wondering what this is. Well, let me give you a clue. This is a substance which is white colored crystalline, and it is found in every other kitchen in our country, and without which your food doesn't taste well. It tastes bland. Can you take a guess? Well, you're right. This is salt. Well, we call it as common salt in chemistry. If you're starting inorganic practicals or salt analysis, you keep hearing your teacher say the word radical. You are told to find the basic radical or detect an acid radical. But what is radical anyway? In this video, we are going to break it so you never get confused in the lab again. Earlier, we were talking about salt. In inorganic chemistry, salt is made up of two parts. One is the positive part, another one is the negative part. Okay, any salt for that matter, right? I've already told you what salt is. Salt is a substance, it's a chemical substance. But what kind of chemical substance it is? It is a substance which is made of two parts, right? One is the positive part, another one is the negative part. Positive part is otherwise also called as cation. I'm sure you are familiar with that. And the negative part is called anion, right? So these individual particles are also called as radicals. Okay, so any salt is made up of two parts. One is cation, another one is the anion, or you can call them as radicals. So cation is actually called as basic radical, whereas anion is called as acidic radical. Okay, let me give you an example. We were talking about common salt earlier. Let me take that itself as an example. The formula for common salt is NaCl, sodium chloride. Now, when you split this, right, you're going to get two parts. One is the Na plus, and another one is the Cl minus. So these are in chemistry, technically they are also called ions. Cation, anion. Anion is a one word, not two different words. Okay, so cation is otherwise also called basic radical. Anion is called as acidic radical. Here, Na plus is basic radical, Cl minus is acidic radical. Another example, let me give you one is copper sulfate, blue colored crystalline salt. So when you split this, you are going to get Cu2 plus as the cation, which is a basic radical, and SO4 2 minus as the anion, which is acidic radical. So why do we call it as basic radical or acidic radical? Because they are derived or they are obtained from a base. Basic radicals are generally obtained from a base. Acidic radicals are generally obtained from an acid. For example, okay, so we know that NaCl, that is sodium chloride, common salt, on splitting or on dissociation gives Na plus and Cl minus. Na plus is what? It is a basic radical, keep this in mind, and Cl minus is acidic radical. Now, why do we exactly call this as basic radical or acidic radical? Is because this basic radical is the particle which is obtained from a base, and acidic radical is a particle which is obtained from an acid. For example, you must be familiar with this, that is a neutralization reaction. When I take an acid like HCl, hydrochloric acid. I react it with a base, that is, let's say, sodium hydroxide. Now these two will undergo neutralization reaction, wherein hydrogen of an acid and OH of a base will react with each other to form water, H2. But what is left here? One is Na, another one is Cl. Now see, when you remove H plus from this, what is the other part that you're going to get is Cl minus. And from here, if you remove OH minus, the other part which is going to be left is Na plus. These two are oppositely charged, that is positively charged and negatively charged. They will combine with each other forming NaCl, which is what I have written here. If you can see, NaCl on dissociation gives Na plus and Cl minus. Now at least I believe you got an idea why Na plus or any cation is considered as basic radical and anion is considered as acidic radical, because it is obtained from a base, whereas this Cl is obtained from an acid. Got it? But we are still not clear as to what a radical is. So radical is a particle, or let me specify it or give you a proper definition. Radical is an atom or a group of atoms, right, which is either positively charged or it is either negatively charged, behaving as one unit. What does that mean? Here I have written sodium chloride dissociating into Na plus and Cl minus. So this is a radical. There are how many atoms in this? One atom. How many atoms in this? One atom. So what did I say? Radical is a particle which is made up of an atom, single atom, or group of atoms. Now I have given the example of a radical which is made up of one single atom. Let me give you an example of a radical which is made up of a group of atoms. Copper sulfate. Now on dissociation of copper sulfate, you would get copper ion, which is Cu2 plus, and sulfate ion, which is SO4 2 minus. Now if you can see here, the basic radical, which is Cu2 plus, is made up of a single atom, whereas the sulfate ion or the acidic radical is made up of how many atoms? Can you tell me how many atoms it is made up of? It is made up of 5 atoms, that is 1 sulfur and 4 of oxygen. So these 5 atoms are behaving as one unit, correct? So that is also considered as radical. So what did I say? Radical is a particle which is made up of a single atom or a group of atoms which is either positively charged or negatively charged and behaving as one unit. That is called as radical. Another example let me give, that is, you have ammonium hydroxide. So ammonium hydroxide on dissociation gives ammonium ion and hydroxide ion. Now here both basic radical as well as acidic radical are group of atoms, not a single atom. Here see how many atoms are there? 5 atoms, that is 1 nitrogen, 4 hydrogen. Here 1 oxygen and 1 hydrogen, 2 atoms, correct? So this is a basic radical, basic radical, this is an acidic radical. So these are what radicals are. You can refer more about radicals in the given table. So whenever your teacher tells you to identify which one is a basic radical or an acidic radical is in a particular given salt, no need to worry, it's very simple. The positive part is the basic radical and the negative part is the acidic radical. So you need to first know how to split a salt. Obviously salts are made up of 2 parts, one is positive and the negative. When you split it, when you dissociate it, when you ionize it, mostly dissociation. So you're going to get two parts. One is the cation and the anion. You need to know which one is cation, which one is anion. I have given you the table. In the table, you have different columns of both basic radicals, list of basic radicals, as well as list of acidic radicals. So whichever is cation is basic radical, whichever is anion is an acidic radical. So this is about radical. I hope it is understood. Well, I've tried making it much simpler for you to understand what radicals are. So if you have understood, if you have liked the video, please share it with your friends, like it, comment if you have got any queries, and subscribe. Thank you.